Hey guys. Sorry. How's everyone? There we go. I'm in order. I'm straight. Um, I'm going to dive in with you guys. I just need to bring up my desktop. Hey, Dave. Star Seeker. Jessica, I love you too, my friend. How are you? Hey, Tom. Have I missed anyone? Don't think so. Was anyone hanging out this afternoon with our guest? I missed Lady Sky. Hey, Lady Sky. How are you? I'm making homemade chili for supper tonight. Y'all very cold here. Cold and windy here. Yeah, we're gonna get down in the low 20s tonight. Tomorrow's only gonna be a high of 33. This guy says he wants to try some homemade chili. Is it vegan? There's laughing. Oh, there you are. Thought I was losing my mind. Yeah, I was ducking in and out. This guy says some cold yogi. Me too. I never try to put my heat on very high. Drives my brother crazy. Zipper says just added some more wood in the fire. Sniper, how much of your house is heated by wood? Working on Nefertiti. Nefertiti? Nefertiti. Nefertiti. In the background. Tom, how are you? Who's got plans for New Year's, guys? We're, 2 days away from New Year's Eve? Got a brand new year coming up. We were talking about intentions with our guests today. Not resolutions, but intentions. So, who has a New Year's intention? Not that you need to. I mean, I don't necessarily have one myself. Um, I'm doing well, I'm learning to trust. You guys remember the Tom Petty song, Learning to Fly? Beautiful song. Beautiful song in concert. I don't like songs where the singer has the audience sing, but Tom Petty did a beautiful version of that where he guided the audience through it. I highly recommend looking it up. Um, there's a whole lot of great acoustic versions. Back when we were doing singing here on a regular basis, I thought about trying to sing that song. Cherry says, "Hey Sky, you're good for my appetite. Chili sounds great. Ice, wind, storms in Canada today." You have a good night too, Jessica. Thanks for popping in. Um, so the course says to trust. Doesn't say anything about setting an intention. Doesn't really talk about manifesting. It talks about trust. But as presented by our friend Carl today, you can see how the two are the same, right? The law of attraction is when you've placed your trust so fully in the source that all you get back is the source itself. The source is all loving, all kind, all encompassing. Tom said, "Oh, I'm sorry I missed you, Tom. Chatted my first 16 rounds of Japan Live today. Wasn't the best scenery, but it was windy, so I made do. Plan on doing it. Hopefully, looking over the pond if the service is decent down there. I will catch you. I'm sorry I missed you, Tom. Zipper says, but when I took with some mastery intention to understand that will is vibration and like attracts like across the unseen dimensions of cause and effect. There will most certainly be Penwagon tonight. Starseeker says it was great. Tom says the Warriors Panda doing it all at the same time. Yeah, Sniper, I agree. So on Friday, I have a Course in Miracles mentor. She's a healer and she is a hypnotherapist coming up. So if anyone has questions on hypnotherapy. And on Thursday, we have the course teacher, mentor, as well as ecstatic dance coach. Danny, how's the weather for you up there? It's the internal frequency that acts as the silent turning fork, aligning the chaotic static of potential into a singular crystallized path. Jerry says to Tom, is that on your channel? Sorry. I dropped my pen. Can't wag it if I don't have it. Tomorrow I have a guest as well, Jason Warwick. Jason's a minister. All the way out in Utah. I suspect that he was raised a Mormon, and I'm kind of curious. How do you go from Mormonism to A Course in Miracles? And can the two coincide? We'll find out. Sarasika says, never heard that prayer before, Tom. I have no experience of Hare Krishna. I've always had an interest. Hey, Ducky. Ducky, how are you, my friend? Zephyr says, I'm ordering some tuning forks. Nice. Maybe you can bring them up on after you've hung out with them for a bit. Bring them up on the Esoteric Lounge. Adam says, hey, Adam, turning forks can tell you if you have a broken bone. Can they? Tom says, yes, today is still uploading, but I'm planning on going live every morning to do my japa. Jerry says, when is the hypnotherapist on, Yogi? Sorry, I couldn't hear. She will be on Friday. I don't know where, somewhere close by. Hold on. This is I forget the details. It was a gift. And it is designed for healing frequencies. Hey, Mike. Amazing, you can still hear it. Still here. I like turning forks. Hey, Bud File, Sue, how are you? And it's been a while since we pulled this out. This is a Love Tuner. It is set at what is the 432 hertz. Becomes a meditation. Very beautiful. I would actually blow this or ring the bell. I had those options, but we haven't done this in a while. I will pick this back up. I also do the turning the fork. So we'll have some options. I'll keep these handy now. We can do the bell, we can do the love whistle, or we can do the fork. You can still hear it, even here. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Have a good nap, my friend. Since Comfrey is also known as a bone knit, will Expedia phone repair up to 4 times. Greek soldiers carried a dry root in the backpack. I'm glad you're doing great, Ducky. Hey, Brian. Brian, how are you? Brian, I had Jacob up his playlist for a while. Adam says I can only listen to wind chimes if to tune. I didn't know you could tune wind chimes. Adam says we're gonna go, but Yogi started playing instruments. I think I'm all instrumented out. So well, I got my kazoo that I only use with Chris. I have my little gong. Doing good, Brian. Brian, how about you? Brian says it's doing good. I don't think I have any more instruments. I do keep dropping my pen though. This guy says hi to Brian Lane. Brian, I see you've been getting in some reps with Dan, Poor Man's Gym. Wednesday before Squirrel Sniper, 1 o'clock. Mark Landau. Mark Landau was in the upper circles of the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's Institute, his organization. I think they were called the Rug Boys. He was one of the ones that would bring the rug out, the meditation rug for Maharshi to meditate on when he was doing public meditations. He was with Maharshi for quite some time. He left. So out of 10 books, he is now very much enthralled with the Whispering Cedars, which is sort of nature channeled wisdom from Siberia. It's sort of a return to earth movement. As well, he's making a lot of music on what's that music thing? Sonata. And he is trying to put music up that is of a meditative, vibratory quality to help change the world. Why is Brian Lane so jacked? Do you ever watch him do burpees? Do you ever watch him do bench presses and Navy SEALs at the same time, going back and forth? Sherry says, Rich Archer was really involved too. I love Buddha at the gas pump. Me too. He was Mark. I met Mark Landau from his interview with Rick. Brian puts in the work like no one else does every single day. Hey, Carl. Did I miss Carl coming in? There he is. Hey, Carl. Good evening to you, my friend. Good evening, Tina, if she's here too. Sepa says I have a Taigong from 1960. It stands in my father's dining room. It's a side of dustbin lid made of bronze. Cool. Yeah, that's where Mark and Rick met each other way back in 1971. So I'm going to have a link for Mark's music. He's 79 years old now, and he is living from his teachings and his music. So if anyone wants to, he really wants to chart a song. I think you can buy it on Spotify. I'll let you guys know. It's like $1.79 or something like that. Carl says she's with me on Wednesday. It's Tina. Gotcha, Carl. Steph is going to make a short of the gong. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, what's it? So I've reached out to 2 yogis to see if they will come up soon. I want to reach out to, we've mentioned this before. I'd love to talk to some more shamans. Hey, Selma. Is there any, obviously, probably the majority of people that I'm going to have on is going to be Course Miracles teachers. I'll have a lot of yogis on, but if there's any other people that you would like me to try to have on, let me know.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
I didn't see you there.
You didn't see me.
Sorry.
Girlfriend Carl says the train driver wasn't happy with me, Yogi. Wasn't happy with me. What did I do, Carl? You still here, someone?
Yeah, and I got a perfect song, and I wrote this song for my boyfriend. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, yep, I do. Hold on 1 second. Let me say hi to our friend 72 Blueberries. She says, "Hi, Yogi. I'm listening in from where the weather here today was quite the area of shifts, from rain, snow, high winds, sun, freezing pellets, etc. Genesis. It's very windy here. Hey, user.
Hi, Lucy.
Hey, Lucy. Carl says, you never invite me up. You have a standing invitation, Carl. As does Selma. Selma knows she's always welcome, right?
Yeah. Do you remember I was talking about you about Jackson?
I do.
I never complain about him.
I agree.
He on Wednesday I'm going somewhere with Jackson on Wednesday night.
Can you say that one more time?
On Wednesday I'm going to on Wednesday I'm going somewhere with Jackson.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Skits. Hey, Selma. You see
Yes.
what our friend Skits did?
Yes. He's a eat mushy peas.
And he actually did a super chat to make sure that I do eat mushy peas. If Skits thinks that he can buy me to eat mushy peas with a super chat, he's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. I can be bought.
Yeah.
Thank you, Skits.
Hi, puppy mommy.
Puppy mommy.
Yeah.
Yep, there she is. Say toy pups.
We miss puppy mommy. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. She pops in. She popped in yesterday. She popped in this afternoon. Tiger King said he's going to try to come on Wednesday. Tom. And you know who else is here?
I scare you, Ken Jack.
Hey, Thelma, do you want a hint of who else is here?
Yes.
It begins with, see if you can guess. He usually introduces himself with a this is. Who?
Joshua.
Joshua.
I scare Ken Jack.
You freaked out Cat and Jack, huh?
Yes.
It's not a problem. Hi, Yogi. Selma, Tom, Lucy, Starseeker, Duct Tape Danny in chat.
Hi.
72 Blueberry says, that's funny. I literally said to someone a couple of days ago, I can't be bought. But now she's after and says, who knows? Maybe I can. I have a price.
I hope puppy mommy's okay.
I think she is. You want to see if maybe she wants to come up in a little bit? You're welcome, Joshua.
Yeah.
You want to ask her really nicely?
Yeah. Puppy mommy, do you want to come up after me?
She says she's okay. So you were thinking about singing us a song, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to sing?
Do you know the new song by Selena Gomez?
The last new song that I know was written in 1977, Selma.
I love Selena, the Mexican.
I don't know her.
You're my cherry pie. I don't care who knows it. Love me till I die. Marry me with roses. I'm not awfully shy, but I can't wait to hold that big, hard, with open arms, holding you naked, middle of Sunset Boulevard, making you famous, everyone's watching. Pale skin, concrete, the calling, the police, open arms, holding you naked, middle of Sunset. Feel so good at heart, but your love was broken. I'm a feel words, but for you, I keep my mouth open, playing a hope in a push back door. I should tip your toes and you want that big, hard, with open arms, holding you naked, middle of Sunset Boulevard, making you famous, everyone's watching. Pale skin, concrete, the calling, the police, open arms, holding you naked, middle of Sunset. I just wanna touch it, try to hard it's such a buzz it. Gimme, how they love it big. Hey, I just wanna touch it, try to hard it's such a buzz it. Gimme, how they love it big, hard. When I'm holding you naked, middle of Sunset Boulevard, making you famous, everyone's watching. Blue skin, concrete, the calling, the police, open arms, holding you naked, middle of sunset. I did it.
You did it, and you did it pretty awesomely. That might be one of your best songs ever, Selma.
Yeah. Thank you, Joshua.
What did Joshua say?
Joshua said amazing singing.
Hey, Danny.
So,
Laradax is here. Hey, Laradax. Bye, Carl.
thank you.
Pretty amazing, Selma. You're getting
Yeah.
better and better every time you sing.
Yeah. I was singing it to Jackson the other day, and he loves it. And when I just want to touch his heart.
I think that's the song to do it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Should we see if we can get if you hop down, maybe we can get Toy Pups to come up.
Yeah.
You gonna hang out for a bit?
Yeah.
Do you want to help me close down the show when it's time?
Yeah.
Awesome. Our friend Tom's gonna sing Tequila. Can you do the dance too? Can you do the Pee Wee Herman dance?
Dun
Toy
dun
Pups
dun dun
is
dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Tequila. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
How did you know that song?
Um, it's in Spanish.
Tom is singing it with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua. Joshua spammed. Skatosis Super Chat Hero, Skatosis Super Chat Hero, Skatosis Super Chat Hero. He certainly is.
Yeah.
Sherry says, otherwise known as To Kill Ya. Exactly. That's okay, Toy Pups.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to hop down and we'll bring you back up in a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Selma. Thank you for the song. Both songs.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Our friend Superstar Selma. Joshua's going to eat some dinner. What's for dinner tonight? Toy Pups is spamming hearts for Selma. '72 Blueberry says, don't leave anyone out. Good evening from my time zone to everyone. Good evening to you. So it's going to be a short session tonight. We're going to get in our hour live streaming. I'm going to get some rest. I didn't sleep very well tonight. I hope for a better night's sleep. '72 Blueberry says, good for Selma. Singing is healing. It sure is. That's why we started singing here. We were doing it every night, and then we sort of switched it over to either Fridays or Saturdays, and it became a weekend thing. We haven't really done it lately for a while, though. But you never know when it might pick up again. Joshua says, everyone abandoned me. We would never abandon you, Joshua. Are you leaving 72 Blueberries? Someone says thank you to Sniper. We got some unicorn vibes for Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. Mostly everyone. Joshua says you abandoned yourself, but are you back, Joshua? Have you found yourself? Have you rediscovered yourself? Oh, I thought I couldn't tell if you were leaving or not. Are you still hanging out with us? Danny says, Yogi, we were missing Madface. It's been a while since Madface has made an appearance. But you just invoked his presence, so who knows what's gonna happen? Soma drops a link, guys. From Kayla. All right, Soma, since you asked, I went ahead and subscribed to her. Blueberries is still here. Good. Joshua says, I've rediscovered my true purpose. It's been a big theme, Joshua. I've talked about it with several guests here. That's good. Can you share with us what's the true purpose, Joshua? You know, Course Miracles, they call it our special function. It's the thing that we are supposed to do to facilitate the healing of the world. To work with the Holy Spirit, whatever it might be. And we all have one. In yogic terms, this would be Dharma. Now, Dharma is a Sanskrit word, and it literally means purpose. Joshua says he was told Madface was on vacation. Ah, gotcha. Oh, that's your sister's channel. Okay. In Buddhist terms, they use the word Dharma to signify the teachings of Buddha, the teachings. Danny says, we never abandoned Joshua. He is amazing. He is amazing. I agree, Danny. But in the original meaning of Sanskrit, it was our purpose. Our Dharma is our purpose. Now, we might think of our profession being our purpose, that I am a doctor. That's my purpose in life, right? Or I'm a paramedic, or I'm a police officer, or a rodeo clown. But Dharma goes deeper than a profession or a job or even our vocation. Our Dharma is explained by the life that we live. And if we're lucky, it can line up. It can be aligned with our vocation. It doesn't always happen that way. For me, I've always wanted to be a writer. I write every day. I share my writing all over the place. I think that it's important for a writer to write every day. It's also important for a writer or an artist to share their stuff because creation is meant to be shared, right? Serpa says, my purpose is the active realization of my unique consciousness within the material plane as a bridge between infinite potential of the all and the specific limitations of a human experience. I like that. Enjoy your dinner, Joshua. Sharing inspires. Sharing does inspire. And again, of course, Miracles says that we are meant to share. We are directed to share. Hey, Butter Tart. Butter Tart says, "Hi, I got angry, deleted my channel again. Popped up here, starting from scratch. Need loving support from my supporters, not my haters." All right, you know we're always going to help you out. I'm sorry you deleted. All right, I'm your number 10 subscriber. But hey, you'll always be Pop Tart to me, by the way. Let's hold on to this channel. Whenever you feel like you're getting angry and that you might do something like that, come on by and talk about it. Here says, "Are you going to write a book someday, Yogi?" I actually have. I have 6 books you can get on Amazon. Butter Tart says, "Need 50 subs, so you're 40 away right now." Lissy says, "So to Pop Tarts." Tom says, "Just subbed." Awesome, Tom. Hey, Sherry, if you ever want me to read from one of my books, let me know. I'll grab one over in the back. There he is. Mad Face is here. He's supposed to be on vacation, but someone wanted me here. I'm mad. He's Mad Face. Hey, Marlon. Marlon, how are you? 72 Blueberry says, "Every time I remember to walk after 8, I think about you, Yogi." I hope you remember often. If you run out of sub names, just name yourself Bach to Tart. I like that. Butter Tart says, "I have good supporters, but I let the trolls get under my skin again. Uh, Out of the blue. My guard was down." So that's what I mean. Come on by. Come on by, hang out with us, and we'll help you. You put in an awful lot of work. I mean, I'm not saying what you did was wrong, but making any decision out of haste. So sure, Sherry, any time. I'd be happy to grab a book. What's up, Tiger King? Just come back from a panto. Oh my god, Eric, it was absolutely wicked. I am buzzing. What I don't know what that is, Tiger King. Tom says, "What's up, Tiger King?" Danny says, "Yogi Mad Face 327. You invoked his presence, Danny. Um, However, back to Dharma. I really think Dharma and your special function, the same thing. And I think it was revealed to me very recently. We talked about this with our guests today, with Carl. I've talked about it with lots of guests. Um, and it has been doing what I'm doing. It's been doing what I'm doing here on YouTube. The direction that my channel has taken, almost completely on its own, it feels like. The word of the day, according to Cat and Jack, has been pivot. And I talked about with her. We talked about it with Carl. She talked about it. It came up in a conversation for her this morning. Tom says, Krishna Dharma. I found myself pivoting. I found some things happening, seeming to happen to me, seeming to happen to my channel, uh, that I had to deal with. I had to put my, it felt like some of my own forgiveness practices were being put to the test. Cruising along, doing yogi stuff, big smile on my face, um, and you get hit between the eyes. Life. It's not always a easy road. There's bumps, right? We've all had it. Tom says, Yogi, your channel is organic, and that's what makes it work. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Tiger King says, Tom, Christmas panto, and it's like a kind of theater show called a panto in the UK. Never heard of that, Tiger King. Interesting. Well, we'll certainly help you, Butter Tart. Um, so in retrospect, I think of these things that have happened. Um, People being less than pleased with me. Uh, People, well, let's not get into that. All of these things caused me to pivot. And it brought me right where I am now. And as I said to Carl, our guest this afternoon, man, I couldn't be happier. I feel like I am doing exactly what I'm guided to be doing with the guests, with the content that I'm making from the guests, with the great conversations I get to have with you guys. Every last bit of it. I feel like I'm finally on point. That I don't know if I consider myself a Course in Miracles teacher. There's a reason why my title is just the yogi, because I'm just a sincere practicer of yoga. Now, for me, A Course in Miracles is part of my yogic path. I don't differentiate. I'm just giving myself a moment to pat myself on the back for saying that word, even though I had to pause. Um, I don't differentiate between the two. For me, uh, we have the four yogas as presented by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. I like to think that he kept the fifth one hidden, and that was the practice of forgiveness, the yoga of forgiveness. And that's the Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles is the yoga of forgiveness. Bill Thetford, the co-scribe of A Course in Miracles, had no grounding on what was happening. He was highly educated, um, medical therapist, a medical psychologist, head of the Columbia University psychology department. But he had no mystical leanings whatsoever, no belief in God, no concepts or thoughts of God. But he was looking for references, so he was doing a lot of study. And he discovered that what was happening, what they were receiving, him and Helen, was Western Vedanta. Course in Miracles actually has more in common with Buddhism than it does with Christianity. It is steeped in Christian language. It was purportedly dictated by Jesus, and yet, theoretically, hey Willow, theoretically, it has more in common with Buddhism and Vedanta. Carrie says, perhaps you might consider you maybe overly humble. You are definitely a teacher, whether you choose to call yourself one or not. That might be the case, Sherry. Um, that might be the case. What I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what I consider myself as far as teacher, student. but I know that I'm extremely sincere in my practice, as are most course students that I know. My entire life is based upon the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness in the quantum style offered by A Course in Miracles. Tiger Singh says participation, Dames, Principal Boys, and are unique to the UK. Well, the US pantomime. Okay, gotcha. Easy just means the silent art of mime. Gotcha. So we don't have a direct equivalent to the British Christmas pantomime. They might call it holiday panto. Oh, I get it now. Panto, short for pantomime. Family musical or a fairy tale show, but the specific traditions. I'm glad you liked it, Tiger King. I'm good, Willow. Willow, how are you? Zephyr says he'll get to it. Tiger King, don't worry. Eventually. Sniper says, glad you had a great evening, Tiger King. Me too. Blueberries says, David White. I know David White is your favorite poet, sorry. So sometimes you have to ask 3 times. So here goes. Dear Yogi, would you please read one of your poems? I will. Hold on. I think my favorite. I got 3 in my hand. I got 1 up on the bookshelf there. Might be Dancing Molecules. But I don't know if there's something in particular you might want me to read. Most of them are pretty short. Sorry. So a lot of these are metaphorical. This is called Nothing Seems the Same. There was a moment when you whispered, turn to me. I turned, and now nothing seems the same. The world turned with me. Read one more, because they're short. Most of them are short. This is called To Forget My Name. I wish to fall asleep with your name hanging from my lips, and to wake within an instant when my own name is forgotten, and the dawn holds only you. So this was, I think maybe Bhakta Tom might relate to that. This is really symbolizing chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy name the mantra when we fall asleep. So with that in mind, keep that in mind, the holy name of God, the sacred name. I wish to fall asleep with your name hanging from my lips, and to wake within an instant when my own name is forgotten, and the dawn holds only you. So that was just 2. Sorry I missed that. You're welcome. Blueberries? Hey, Yasha. Tiger King says Midnight Mass, absolutely brilliant. I loved every minute of it. And after walking out of Midnight Mass, want to find God, but don't know if I believe in God, Eric and Cypher. You don't have to believe in God, Tiger King. Let the experience find you. meaning that let the experience of God find you. Because you don't want a false belief in God. You don't want to believe in God because it's the thing to do, because you think you should. You want to discover God in the own experience of your life. Guys, hold on a minute. I gotta get some water real quick because I gotta take my supplement. One sec. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. I'm glad you had that good experience, though, Tiger King. So it was the vibes. Nice. Carrie says, thanks for sharing your poems. Hopefully, more readings to come. 2026. Oh, always. I will almost always read if someone asks me to. Was you sick today, Eric? Yes. My cat was sick today. Actually, both cats were sick today. But again, most of it comes from my brother overfeeds them. Yasha says, okay, so it's 11:21 p.m. for y'all. Go to bed. It is only 6:30 for me. Well, almost 6:30. But I am going to bed soon. Do the bell for my cat. So I can do the bell, I can do the tuning fork, or I can do the love whistle. Take your pick. How are your workouts going, Marlon? Yeah, she says $213 glasses, Yogi. Yeah, they're expensive. They are Oakley frog skins. Oakleys are good glasses. And as someone pointed out to me, they will replace your glasses if you lose them. So if you buy $213 glasses and something happens to them, or if they break, I guess, you get a brand new pair. I guess not if you lose them, but if they break. So that's a pretty good deal. As you might be able to tell, I'm able to do affiliate stuff. Not that I expect anyone to buy anything, but you put it out there. Well, it says good workout today. I only got 2 more sessions before my 2-week active rest. Nice. Sniper says Tiger King, I believe churches are not what they are. They were healing places. The vibrational frequency from the organs to heal our organs. When it was all tuned into 432 and not 440 hertz. Sniper says, but I can't take away your experience you had. Thank you for sharing it. I do too. Tiger King says, I'd love to hear a love whistle. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, blueberries. Yasser says my glasses are $22.99. So Sniper's the one to ask about tuning forks. This is a love whistle. It was endorsed by Deepak Chopra as a mindful whistle. It's also tuned to the 432 hertz that Sniper was talking about. I got this as a gift. Here you go, Tiger King. Really invokes a sense of stillness afterwards. It's a very mindful activity. Let's see. Willa says, "How's your day been, Yogi?" My day's been really good, Willa. It's been a good day. It's cold, it's windy, but it's been a good day. How about you, Willa? Our friend Pancake says, "Thanks for your kind words and support, buddy. We're always here for you, my friend. Always." You like the whistle better than the bell? I like the whistle too. There's something very symbolic about a bell. There's something very ancient and very symbolic about ringing a bell. I'm glad you like it though. Well, it says not the best, but good, I guess. How are all the animals? Zipper says, when my forks arrive, I should do a healing session. Looking forward to that. Blueberry says, love it. The whistle. Had it not been for your blinking eyes, you appeared still. I felt very still. I felt very still. Recalibrate our biofields. Finally, someone's going to do something about my biofields. Tiger King says, Sniper, what do you think about the love whistle? If I were to hazard a guess, I think Sniper is in all things vibratory, all things frequency. I think anything healing wise, frequency, Sniper is it's his thing. I prefer the bell or a fork, but closer to the microphone. Let me know if you want me to do the fork again. I think I got a few more stuff laying around. I have to dig around, see what I got. I know I have chimes laying around. I have a pendulum in the other room. There's I'm not at liberty to say too much yet, but I think next week I have a guest specifically for you, Tiger King. I think you might find him very healing and very inspiring, as well as our friend. I think everyone will, for sure, as well as our friend Mustafa. Zipper says that it works over the technology that we've been given because it's sound. Tiger King says, Eric, your channel help with my mental health. Should know how much you come on your live, help people. You're very kind, lovely, kind person. Thank you, Tiger King. I appreciate you saying that. It helps me too. It's good for my mental health. Um, I was in a fairly low place when I started my channel. My dad had passed away. I lost my 2 cars. I lost my business. Um, almost as man, losing my dad was maybe one of the hardest things I've ever been through, but as well, losing my role as a caregiver felt really devastating. I had been a caregiver for my mom. Um, when my then wife went to Iraq in the Air Force, I'd stayed with my stepdaughter. I was her caregiver for a year. And then after my mom passed away, I was my dad's caregiver. Eventually his end of life caregiver, did everything. Even my brother, who was also a caregiver, when my sister said something um, about how happy she was that my brother and I took care, and my brother just came right out to my sister and says, Eric did 85% of it. And there was a reason for that. Thank you, Sherry. I'm not at liberty to say, Tiger King. Not yet. I just don't want to say too much. This guy says, "How to Tiger King?" Um, my brother had a hard time. Wasn't very patient. Still wasn't very patient, but he knows he's not very patient. And even though he would have loved to have done more, he just knew that it was not his. It was not his thing. So he left it up to me, which was absolutely fine. I would not have done anything different. Blueberry says, "A noble caregiver you are, Yogi." You know what? I very much appreciate your presence when I was going through all of this. You're reaching out to me, your messages, um, you're reading what I wrote during that time and leaving kind comments. I tell this story often when I was meditating not long after my father passed away, and I was scared. I was lonely. Hey, Ray. I was scared. I was lonely. I was confused. I didn't have any idea what to do. And I meditated, and I asked the Holy Spirit, what should I do? And the answer came very clearly: continue being a caregiver. Only now it's not towards one specific person. I get to be a caregiver to everyone. So I got my meditation teaching certification. I got my pranayama and breathwork coach instructor certification as well. And I started doing this. And it became something different than I had ever envisioned. But again, something I love. Star Seeker says, not everyone is meant to be a caregiver. Agreed. And the thing is, we can't insist that those who. It would have been wrong for me to ask my brother to do more, because, as Star Seeker says, not everyone is meant to be. It would have been extremely difficult on him, and that would have affected my father. My father would have seen him suffering. I had one basic intent with my father. Aside from keeping him comfortable and as pain free as possible, it was to always treat him so that he would know that he was my father. that just because I was doing a whole lot of the basic stuff that he could no longer do, um, he was still my father. That he was the one that I turned to, and he knew that. He knew that the day that he died, the moment. I tell that story all the time. He came home from the hospital in hospice care. Um, he was in a hospital bed downstairs. He had a button to press if he needed me. He never pressed it. But I heard him a little later. I had gone to bed. He was, he told that he was agitated, probably in pain. And I came downstairs to check on him. And he said, typical fashion of my father, "Why are you up? I didn't wake you, did I?" In pain, his first instinct was, "I didn't disturb you. I didn't wake you." I gave him some medicine that he was unable to take. He wasn't able to swallow it. We talked for a bit, and he turned and he said, "I can't do it." And I said, "What can't you do?" He just started saying over and over again, "I can't do it. I can't do it." And then he had a bit of a seizure. I held his hand, and he passed away. And I held his hand all through the night, and I still felt like a caregiver because consciousness leaves the body in stages. If you ever read the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, and you read about the bardos, how the light slowly recedes from the body, but there's a spark in the brain that stays active. So I knew my father was still present. So I stayed with him. I recited my mantra. I talked to him. I meditated. I prayed. In the morning, hospice nurses came to get the body. But I stayed a caregiver all through that night. It was in the morning when I no longer felt like a caregiver. So that was one of those little pivots that I was talking about. I discovered coming here on YouTube and talking about that, sharing that story. I've shared it a few times. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. I have no idea where it's going. There's a wonderful lesson 25 in A Course in Miracles. I don't know what anything is for. Anything. Meaning that my ego is always going to claim something. My channel is for making money. My channel is for entertaining. My channel is to do this or do that. My channel is to be A Course in Miracles teacher. All statements made by the ego. But the Holy Spirit will repurpose everything for healing, for miracles. Sherry says, Ram Dass talked a lot about caring for his father, then stepmom, plus all that hospice sacred work. Did you get any inspiration from him? If that's not too personal. No, it's not too personal at all. I've gotten a lifetime of inspiration from Ram Dass, a lifetime of service that through reading him, one of his later books, when he was recovering from his stroke. Seeing caregiving as an act of service, it's karma yoga. Blueberry says, I have chills hearing that story about your dad. Truly moving, internal tears. I'll never forget you calling me on the day of my dad's funeral. Another book I read right after my dad passed away was uh, Thich Hat Nhan, the Vietnamese Zen master. Uh, No Fear, No Death. Yeah, Wayne Dyer did a he very much dedicated himself to the care of Ram Dass, financially, emotionally, physically. Hey, this guy says my grandmother has the flu, Yogi. Can you send prayers to her ringing your bell? Yes, yes, I can. This is for Lady Sky's grandmother. Free ringing of the bell. Do a little prayer, silent prayer afterwards, guys, if anyone wants to join in. Prayers for your grandmother, Lady Sky. Tiger King says, Sarasika, you be here New Year's. Just come up on Eric Live at 10:25. Says for Lady Sky too. Sniper joins in the prayer, says Cosmic Order, swift recovery, Lady Sky. Chris gives some prayers as well. Thank you, Chris. You're welcome, Lady Sky. So I'm gonna wrap things up in about 5 minutes. You know, the times that have been able to step up. Thank you, Blueberries. Three things in my life. Be able to step up and be a caregiver for my mom, which, I mentioned before, I had a bit of a contentious relationship with my mom. We never saw eye to eye on barely anything. I knew my mom loved me, but I was never ever convinced that she particularly liked me. And sometimes I think that's as hard of a thing for a child to realize. My mom, a lifetime of suffering depression, something I inherited from her. Low lying, but ever present. And finding myself in a position of being a caregiver. My mom, who was an exceptional grade school teacher, became my greatest teacher because I had to change my own internal vocabulary so that it was reflected outwards. It didn't even want to think the thoughts of impatience. I didn't want to think any unkind thoughts because I thought, and I believe this is true, had they been present in my mind, I might have inadvertently said something. Your language has to change when you're dealing with anyone with any form of dementia. You can't say, I just told you. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't you listen? Because none of that exists for them anymore. You have to tell them as many times as you have to tell them. And you have to say it sweetly, gently, and kindly every single time. Do you know why? Because they deserve that. They are still present. How their brain is functioning is different, but their presence, their awareness, who they truly are, it's still there, is ever present. I could look at my mom's eye and realize, I could see that she would realize that she had lost something, one more thing, on a daily basis. And that look of being so completely lost. So, man, my mom became my teacher. My mom, she became my mom. She became someone that not only did I love, I'd always loved, but someone that I liked. So those were one of the times, stepping up to be a caregiver for my mom. When my wife was in the Air Force, 23 and a half years, she had asked for a divorce. This was in 2008. And then she got called up to go to Iraq. She was deployed. And she said, can we put the divorce on hold for a year? Will you stay and take care of my stepdaughter, starting her first year in high school? The closest I've ever come to saying no to someone, not because of the divorce, because I was I was a good stepfather. I was fun. I loved her. I love her still, and I'm still close. But I was not a um, do your homework um, type of stepfather. You know, I wasn't stern. I wasn't strict. We had fun together. We went to the movies. Uh, out to eat. We went for cheesecake at the bookstore. So I was afraid to be a single father. Afraid that I would let my stepdaughter down. Afraid that I would let my wife down. But you have these moments to step up. So I stepped up and I was a caregiver. And then the third time that I had this opportunity was being that end of life caregiver for my father. Life, I guarantee you, everyone here in the chat, life is going to ask you to step up. Don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be for you, but it's going to ask you to step up. And you know what? You're going to say yes. And you're going to be a strong, loving, steady presence through whoever it is that needs you. And you might look at me and say, well, how do you know that? Because I know. Not a single person could have more doubts. I was not supposed to, I'm the youngest. I was not supposed to be the caregiver. Nowhere in the will did it signify. But my dad knew who I was. I think I prepared for this my entire life. I think I prepared for it with my meditation, with my practice of the Course of Miracles, with my breath work and yoga. I was preparing to take care of my father without knowing it. This guy says life isn't easy either. Yogi, life is hard. Can certainly be hard. Hey, Share Bear. So, man, I even asked my dad, how am I supposed to make this decision and why am I the one making this decision? When I had to choose between palliative care and hospice, taking my dad off all medication without hope of getting better, or putting him in palliative care, where at least I think they would do some kind of at least attempt some type of rehab stuff. And I asked, why? Why am I the one? And he said, because you're the one that has to. So I did it. You guys will have your own doubt. Whatever it is, you'll have your own doubt. But you will step up and you will do what you have to do. You know why? Just like my dad said, because it's your job. It's your dharma to do it. I don't have a single doubt about that. I don't even have to know you. Thank you, Tiger King, my friend. Hey, environment. All right, what have I missed? I know you can, Chris. I know you can. I know that you've been a caregiver too. You know what? I didn't know there was such a thing as one of our guests. She will be here on Friday. Um, Caregiver PTSD. And I thought about that as I was reading her description. That for almost 20 years of my life, um, I was a caregiver. Makes me wonder. Um, did I deal with it afterwards as emotionally as I should have? I don't know. Well, Tiger King says, Eric, I didn't hear that news. You know, the boxer Anthony Joshua, he fought Jake Paul, has been in a car accident. 2 people have died. Prayers for that. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap things up. Appreciate you joining me. I have a guest. I have a guest every day this week. Pretty excited about that. With more to come. I Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Love you guys. And I will see you if you're around. Come on by and hang out. 5 a.m. Take care, guys. Catch up real quick with the chat. Blueberry says, not just what you did, Yogi, how you did it. It takes a rare kind of energy and love to courage your way, courage your way through those kind of life changing situations. Namaste, my friend. Sleep well. Thank you, my friend. Well, that's the thing, Tiger King. That's why I don't want to say too much because it's not 100% confirmed yet. But hopefully sometime next week. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I know. Thank you, Lady Sky. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope your grandmother feels better and prayers will continue. Anytime you guys need the bell rung, you know we'll do it. Marlon, I apologize. I should have mentioned to you that I was going to ring the bell. Love you too, Tiger King. You're welcome, Lady Sky. All right, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming by, hanging out with my guest this afternoon. Really enjoyed his company. And he put me in touch with Joe Vitale, author of Zero Limits and Beyond Zero Limits and the fifth phrase, all books based on Ho'oponopono. Man, if he agrees to come up, and it was very synchronistic the way it happened. I really hope he says yes. I sent him an email. We'll see. Love you guys. See you, Sniper.